All right, viewers of Multithon 2025, our next run is all set up, so I'm going to pass this over to Killing Pepsi and our favorite bear, Banjo, with Banjo-Kazooie, Nuts and Bolts.
All right. This is awesome. So excited to show this game off. Been 4 years since I've done this, but returning again is my beautiful commentator, Sprasfecta Spyro Legend Xando Toaster.
Yo.
But yeah, I'm gonna get going right now. A lot of cutscenes, so I'm just gonna get going. Give a countdown from 3, 2, 1, go. We did it. All right. Yes, like I said, a bit of cutscenes at the start. This is like the sunshine of the Banjo series, where it's like interjected with some gameplay, but for the most part, we're gonna be big chillin' here.
When Banjo's sister was kidnapped, the bear and bird rescued her.
Pepsi, can you explain what category we're going to be seeing today?
Oh man. Yeah, it's gonna be any percent. In this game, you need 75 jiggies to unlock the final level, and then you get to the final level, you fight the final boss. No spoilers, you'll be surprised. Then you win. So I think there's about 131 total in the game, so about half.
Many years have passed and peace reigns in Spiral Mountain.
And it seems like a lot of Banjo-Kazooie speedruns have something that you do before the run to set it up. Does this game have something similar, or is this going to be regular new game speedrunning?
Ooh, that's a very pointed question there. A leading question. Yeah, so this game, if you've played it before, you know what how it works, but for anyone else who has never seen this game, you have vehicle blueprints that you build and save. You can edit and do all sorts of things. For our purposes, the blueprints are tied to your Xbox account, so I'm gonna be... It's like a almost New Game Plus. It's like I could technically delete them, but since it's a lot easier and it's a bit of a pain if you're on digital only, it's just kind of standard that for pretty much every category in this game, you just have a preset group of blueprints. That does not mean that we can use all the vehicles right away, but yeah, it's a soft New Game Plus, I'll say. It's almost time for the first gameplay here. Let's go. I hope everyone is ready for this right now.
So excited. Look at Banjo go.
All right, locking in. All right, got the Alex skip. Let's go. All right.
So to explain just a little bit about what's going on here, it's been like years since the last Banjo-Kazooie adventure, and Banjo and Kazooie have let themselves go a little bit, and Grunty is just ahead. They are not exactly in peak condition compared to where we've seen them.
Everyone's in a pretty rough shape. Yeah, they're living life. They're having a good time. For the most part. I guess, yeah, to get a bit more into the story, we won't talk about it too much because it's just like do quests, complete missions, unlock jiggies, get to end, fight the boss. But this character, Lord of Games, Log, the first of hundreds of poop jokes in this game. Saturated with them, honestly. I find a new one every week. They're going to be the creator of the new world that we're going to be in. You'll see them a lot in the cutscene. Oh, great time to mention loading screens. So this is originally a 360 game and has some pretty rough loading screens. But I'm running on Xbox Series X with the replay version of this game. And due to that increased power, loading screens are so instant you barely see this character. So like, after their intro cutscenes, you're pretty much not going to see them until the end of the game. I think I have
Because of that, the leaderboard is organized by in-game time rather than real time, and like it's hilarious looking at runs on 360 how much longer the load times are across the run.
Toaster, I'm doing it. I'm gonna get 13. I'm not getting 13.
You got this. 13.
I'm not getting 13.
You tried.
That's so
You know
sad.
what, 12? That's basically 13.
Alright. But yeah, that's the last gameplay for like 4 minutes. Just to, just gonna throw that one out there. It's a little rough because after the intro, the game, the run in particular, is just non-stop. There's like no cutscenes really, you're just kind of flying through it. But unfortunately we have this little gem to deal with here at the start. But yeah, going back to loading screens, I believe there's a 15-minute difference between RTA and IGT if you do 360, and for Xbox Series X there's about 4 minutes of difference. So it's like, just the flow of the run in general is just so sped up. From that to this version, like, you'll see once we start getting into more missions and acts and stuff, doing actual gameplay, it's blinking, you'll miss it. Alright.
Yep. 10 minutes of loads removed in a run that's well under 2 hours long. That is really nice.
Yeah, I usually just like read Yuri on my phone or something right now, but you know how it is. I believe that's pretty much all the bases covered for the basics of this run. Like I mentioned earlier, the blueprints tied to your account. I said we don't have access to them. So once we get into town, there's a bunch of parts are all throughout the town in these crates that you collect. That's how we get the parts for the vehicles that we have, the blueprints that we have saved. You'll see that quite a bit in the first 15 minutes. But yeah, I believe that's pretty much all we have to say. I have to throw it over to the host if they have anything.
I do, so I would like to remind everyone who is tuning in for the start of this very gameplay intensive, very technical run so far, that we have an incentive that we are trying to hit by the end of the last game tonight, Resident Evil 5, where if we can reach $800, then we will get to see a meme-ified ending where our fair runner will not use the bazooka as speedrunning has intended, but instead punch a boulder and not do the faster way. We really want to see that. It'll be incredibly funny. So in the spirit of all the memes of Multithon, get your donations in and help us hit that $800 before the end of that run. And I would also love to hear any of your favorite remade games in those donations if you would like to, because I think Banjo is one of those classics that it's wonderful that they decided to re-release these and get those load times down for us.
It is actually incredible because, like, I don't know, I haven't played it in probably a decade on 360, but when I first got this version on this console, it was honestly, it was really funny because it like starts to load, then it instantly just like, oh, okay, we're done. Ooh, here we go.
Yeah, Rare Replay is so nice. As much as I love Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo-Tooie, and I do like Nuts and Bolts, but I didn't play it until just a few years ago, so it's not like it's a game that's been with me a long time. Rare Replay has so many other good things in it, too. My first experience with Viva Pinata was Rare Replay, and that is also a delightful game.
Oh, you know what time it is, though? It's time for cutscene to end. Quick tutorial here. So I mentioned crates earlier. Taking the Mumbo's motors. He is a mechanic, owns a shop. Take the crates to that little pink zone. Or whack him accidentally, and then you don't want the parts there. Quitting the tutorial for building vehicles because we already did that, and we don't need to do it in the run. But Toaster, something's gonna happen here. That is definitely not cheating.
P. I assume this is a game about driving, and so you're gonna drive your car probably like a normal car would be driven.
Yes, I'm gonna wait a second. talk to that dude while he's midair somehow, so it's... There we go. So I'm gonna cheat. It's going well, it's going well. Good.
Full.
The hitbox on that's great. Pick up some notes around town. Very important. But yeah, that's a glitch. That is not how you're supposed to do this game at all. That's kind of how we access the outer, like, the progression rings in this game. We do that, and then we unlock teleporters, and then we can pretty much fast travel around town later on. Because that hover is very slow. Like, overall. At least long term. How does that hover work, Toaster? Can you refresh my mind real quick? Noggin?
It may look like Pepsi just kind of jumped in the cart and then picked up the cart and started flying. It's not quite that simple. So you have this magic wrench that you can use to pick up objects. If you're standing on the cart and you try to pick up the cart, it won't lift. But if you put a bench on the cart, or some object, any object really, it's just easy with the bench, you stand on the bench and then lift up the cart. The game won't recognize that you're on the cart, so you just start, you pick it up into yourself, which pushes you up, and you just grab yourself by the ankles and start flying.
Yeah, there is a bit of risk involved with certain objects, but for the most part, it's pretty consistent for what we do. And that was our first mission. We unlock notes, that's cool. Jiggy, that's what we want. TT trophy, we'll explain that in a bit, but just for now, we're gonna be shooting for that TT trophy on pretty much every mission that we do. With one exception later that we will get to. But yeah, that's how the general flow of the run is. We go into an area after unlocking it by getting enough jiggies, and then we do the missions that we need to do, get the rewards, and then progress further. Get some freebies at certain jiggy milestones, I guess. Not too important throughout the run, but they will pop up quite a bit. Do the hardest hover here. Get a good setup here. I like to have the bench upside down because the leg of it can sometimes help me if I start stuttering and sliding back, which can happen.
Yeah, as surprising as it can be, the glitch where you make your car fly is a little janky.
I really hate to see it. Not getting that crate. We're getting 7 crates throughout this run. That is a tamper switch. There's 5 of those in the town. That's how we get a little faster free jiggies. You just find the tamper switch and it adds a jiggy to your total counter for free. I can't hit the ceiling of the level, or else I'll fall and bad things happen. So I gotta be careful there. The bench stayed in the car, which is great. Not necessary, but it helps out. So yeah, still the first 20 minutes of this run is just like a mad dash to unlock warp pads and crates, vehicle parts and stuff, so that we can just fly through the rest of the run. It's a bit of risk here at the start. The biggest timeless loss you can have in this run, honestly, is like in the first 20 minutes. At least for me. It's can be unpredictable. That one, that's a good warp to get.
It's nice that you only need to do a lot of this stuff once. Like, as soon as you hit that warp pad, you can just warp back over there later if you need to.
Talk to that cop to unlock a side quest and also avoid a soft lock later that still could happen, but probably won't. You never know. This game has a lot of jank, but it's mostly fun, playful jank, which is great. That's what every good game needs.
I've seen you get a few soft locks over the years of you running this, and it seems like for the most part, the game autosaves, so you can just kind of go back to the Xbox menu and reset, and you lose relatively little time.
Oh yeah, it's like almost no... factoring the in-game time factor, it's like really not any time loss at all. It's a couple seconds. Plus the load times are good here, so... that. So yeah, I'm collecting notes around town, trying to get to 275 for a reason that will become very important in a bit. But the main way I do that is to get this little fella. He's going to slide off because he loves to do that. Just gotta...
Pepsi, who is this little fella?
This is a Jinjo. Shout out to Banjo. The series, great games. That I've played numerous times each. Where is he? Where is he?
Oh, nuts and bolts.
Whoa. He slid off mid-transition.
That was interesting. Yeah,
What's he doing?
Logic for things staying in your cart can be a little finicky in this, it seems.
I see him slide in there too. Okay.
Yeah, why is he sliding off the crates? I've never seen it do that.
Same. Honestly, great time to have it happen, though. I'm glad we all get to experience this. Sir. Okay, you're gonna stay there? The magnetization, if you're not on, like, the tray itself, the magnetization, or whatever you want to call it, is a little funny. That's fine, that's really funny. Yeah, this guy gives you 125 notes, though, if you get him back to his house. Which is very nice. And the cop there is going to be like, hey, you should put one of the Minjos in there. To, like, replace it, so the jail cell's not empty. But I'm like, no. We're chill, so no. Get some notes here. Another camper here. Behind the back. Again, I used a lot of hovers in the start of the run. Very few later on. It's mostly just to unlock warps, because, again, hovering around the town is very slow. And warping is just so much faster. I need to frame perfect jump up this roof. Perfect. Amazing. It's not frame perfect.
Yep.
Alright, actually, one of the harder hovers in the game. I said the big tower one is hard, but this one is, like, so finicky. Hopefully I don't crash into that too much. Amazing.
Very nice.
Oh, what are you doing? Okay. Gotta push this like that. I need these to be in a very specific orientation for something I'm about to do. That's perfect. They're probably gonna fly off anyways. It's just life, you know? It just happens. But I'm hope for the best here. I'm gonna fly off here. I'm gonna be safe. I usually drop down reverse, but I've been having bad luck lately, so I'm gonna just drive. It's a game about cars. Might as well just drive. So this laser fence is very late game stuff. Like, this is almost end of the game stuff that looks good. I'm gonna use a little trick here to respawn, warp to Mumbo's motors, and then have the game think it's still in my car. Yeah, that's good. We got all them. And then we get good stuff for free. Very nice. I'm happy that went good, because that, if you miss that, that's like 40 seconds lost. It's rough.
Yeah, if I understand right, it's basically because all of the other crates fell over sort of into the one that was behind the laser fence. When you warped, the game thought, oh yeah, all of these should be in your cart right now.
Yeah. The game's very nice too. If you go into a Mumbo's Motors or a mission, and then you exit with something in your crate, or in your trolley, then it keeps it in your trolley. So I got a bunch of vehicle parts now. I used a cool fast vehicle. What am I going to use here for this mission toaster?
Oh, I bet, like, any of the jets or guns you got?
Yeah. I gotta do that. So that's a grunty mission. Every area has one except for... There's a second one in Gigasteum that we don't do. But you get a trolley upgrade and a couple vehicle parts. So we got there is a high grip wheels, which allow us to traverse these textured ramps around town to access the next sphere of progress. Spear. Very good. Gonna do the Mumbo warp again.
It's worth noting that grunty mission looked really, really easy, but like that is supposed to be the equivalent of like a boss fight. You're supposed to do that to upgrade your trolley to be able to progress through the game. That's what the game wants you to be doing.
But we gotta go fast. I feel bad for her, honestly, because every mission that we do, we just like absolutely destroy it and outclad. It's really sad. She does not get a chance to.
Pretty funny, though.
It is really funny. She deserves it. Alright, last crate that we get here. It's a pretty important one. You'll see a sticky ball right there. We make a lot of use out of that item.
Oh yeah, this run would be very different without that sticky ball.
Alright, first real act of the run now. With a bunch of missions here. We're gonna do all... I think all 3? There's only 3, right? Yeah. See here, this first
And when
mission.
Pepsi's going into these levels, you'll see they're immediately switching to a flying car. That can only happen because of all of the parts that were picked up in town before. The wings, the jets, that's all stuff that Pepsi's been picking up at the start of this run.
Got a hidden engine here that I can attach to my vehicle. This is a log's choice mission, by the way. One of the 2 types of missions you can do in this game. Either use a custom vehicle that you make, or a log's choice, like a little challenge. I know a lot of people don't like him, but I'm like, at the same time, it's a cool challenge, honestly. Most of them are pretty fun, I would say. This one's pretty early, so it's not amazing. We're just taking a bomb to blow up bottles. For fun, mostly. But, you know, standard stuff. Pretty good time. But right away we're going to be warping to Mumbo's motors. That was a bad angle, but we're good. Cancel my fall damage with this whirl up the attack. Oh yeah, multi-thonable run here. You can see that I have Kazooie in the backpack, and she uses a wrench sometimes. Therefore, this is a multi-thon run.
Kazooie is the one saving us from fall damage. Banjo is the one driving all of the cars and doing all of the jumping.
Second's good.
And I guess Kazooie's using the wrench, so all of the flying at the start of the run is Kazooie.
Yeah. Alright. First race here. I'm gonna lock in for this one here. Ooh. Still good, still good. The cow. Sorry. Yeah, it's up there. It's good.
Pepsi, can you tell me what's the name of that vehicle you were using?
Oh, this is the Umpqua Vroom. The Vroom is like this, traversal vehicle here that I use for getting around every level. The Umpqua Vroom has a little attachment to it, a little ice shooter. Umpqua, shout out to Toaster for introducing me, is an amazing ice cream in the Pacific Northwest here, where we live. Absolutely delicious ice cream.
Shout out to Umpqua.
It is so good. If you're at a Winco up around here, you can... That's not true. They're not at Winco. They do.
I did. Yeah, I get Umpqua at Winco.
Never mind. Different store I was thinking of. What doesn't Winco have? Anyways, yeah, the vehicles we used for the last 2 missions are the same one. Well, that barely hit. Mostly because with menuing, if you go to a mission after you beat another mission in that area, it'll have the last vehicle you used as like a just default there, like chilling. Okay. Adjust something. So we just use it. It works. It's not like we're sacrificing anything there. It's really good for the second mission, and it works really well for the first mission, or this the previous mission as well. So we're not really sacrificing anything, just for a little time save. 358. That feels like a lot. So we should be good. I'll double check here. Yep. 375 is the number we're looking for.
And what do we need these notes for? That's coming up soon, right?
Yes. Directly after this next thing that we do. So I mentioned earlier we get some free jiggies from the Tampers. We do 4 or 5 of those because the 5th one is really hard to get to and slow. The other way, we get 5 extra jiggies from Jolly Dodger. Are they new to this game? I need your knowledge here.
I want to say Jolly Dodger exists in Banjo-Tooie. That is a game that I have played 1 time. I don't believe Jolly Dodger is a character in Banjo-Kazooie, a game that I supposedly used to speedrun.
Well, anyways, yeah, they have a kind of black market shop here where they sell 5 jiggies. Total cost is 375. They are in the slowest spot. We love marathon luck. That is so good. That really the only RNG in the run, besides random police and animals in town. About a 30-second difference from best to worst RNG. It's okay though. It could be worse.
I love the grip on those tires just going straight up a hill.
Yeah, it's high grip wheels. Is it 370? I feel like I have a lot of jiggies. No, we're good. Okay. My brain was like 275 for some reason, but we're good. So yep, just we're not gonna have any problem with notes throughout the run. We need them later to buy stuff, but we don't need to go out of our way to get any more notes. Be very careful here. I'm gonna do a mumbo warp like I've been doing earlier. I do that by, I didn't mention, I hold up on the D-pad and it just, after a second and a half, takes you straight to Momo's motors. I'm gonna make sure that these are actually like in the car. Okay, because they can sometimes not. Yeah, it's bad. So hopefully.
Yeah, I mean, you saw from the Jinjo earlier, things can fall out of this cart really easily if it's not perfect.
I believe that was. Can't remember the note or the jiggy count exactly, but I think that's right. Yeah. Yeah, we're good. We're good. All right. Here's a really fun act to do. 90 Acres 4. First of all, I'm gonna use a warp vehicle here that, because the space that we're on right now is not like big enough for the vehicle, it's gonna send us to like a different part of the map. It just takes a couple seconds here getting to this guy. Mr. Fit. This guy, sorry, that was rude. This nobody.
Now this is a long escort mission, right?
Oh yeah, like 2 minutes long. So we're gonna escort them to the end of the mission.
Just make a vehicle that falls on top of them and picks them up.
Yeah, they run right into it, you close them in, and you take them to the end. Easy. Took a little damage, but it's fine.
I want to say here, I love how generous the game is in a lot of ways like that. So many games, it might be like, oh, you moved the escort NPC off the path, you failed. But no, this one, you want to pick them up and take them over there yourself. You can do that, that's fine.
Yeah, it's good. This game gives you so much creativity. It's genuinely, I can't think of any game like similar to this in scope. In terms of that stuff. Okay. Toaster. In my family, we have this classic saying. Do you know what that classic saying is?
Is it something about a giant vacuum?
Yeah, close. You're almost there. It's why take the nuts to the sucker when you can take the sucker to the nuts. So we're gonna. This is so good. You're supposed to use the vacuum to bring back a bunch of nuts from this farm and place them slowly into this nut repository. Okay. But we just break it off and then just take it with us and collect the nuts. Now, granted, it's not meant to do this. You can tell how hard it was to like actually get it in the tray. It doesn't usually take that long. It just decided to like roll out. Nothing really I can do about that, honestly. Okay, just gonna get a few more nuts here. There we go. That's a kind of a bad time, but with that start, can't really expect anything different. Alright, this last one here, I'm gonna actually lock in here. Second race, checkpoint race. So, we're pretty early on in the game still. We're very early in the game. And the vehicles I'm using use endgame jets and stuff, so I'm going so fast. If I miss one of these checkpoints, I have to like slowly double back and loop around, and it's really, really awful. So I'm gonna try not to miss anything here.
That said, even if you do miss things, these races, like, we're going so fast right now, you can still pretty cleanly win the race.
Yeah.
It's just unfortunate because we're in a speedrun and don't want to make mistakes.
It happens.
Yeah.
I don't know how I made that one, but we're good. We're chilling.
The game once again being generous.
40. I was about to say,
Oh.
amazing time, 42. Stop 50, please, please, please. Okay,
Well done, well done.
still a good time. PB's like a 37, whatever, we'll take it. So those trophies I mentioned earlier, let's talk about those. So every time you get a trophy, it adds to your trophy counter. Once you get 4 trophies, you get a free Jiggy from Trophy Thomas over here. That adds up quite a bit throughout the run. We deposit them a lot quickly because at the start of the run, especially where you're a little pressed for... We need to unlock a lot of acts early to get more missions, to get more Jiggies. And we're a little limited on missions at the start, so... Generally you'll see me, once I get like 2 to 4, I'll be turning them in as well. But yeah, that's the gist of that. On to our next area. That was not over there, but whatever. It stays there, thankfully, through our missions. We left it there earlier. Just very convenient that it does not disappear or reset. But yeah, the jets in particular, flying, it is probably the hardest part about learning this run, is not just spinning out and bonking into everything. I'm mostly good at it. I'm getting there. Someday.
Pepsi, can you tell us a little bit about this level we're in?
Oh, sorry, sir. I'm sorry again. Yeah, this is log blocks 720. Because you do a 720 and okay. Sorry. I had to remember which mission. Yeah, it's a game console, so there's a bunch of fun stuff to do here, a bunch of discs. Whoa. That was new. Using the sticky ball here, I'm just gonna restart. Restart counter. That Pokeball there is just for aesthetics. If you have stuff in like the vehicle blueprint, goodness. It kind of like changes your start position in a level, so it just makes it so we're in a better position to sticky ball this satellite and take it up to the required height. Satellite? What is that?
Antenna.
Antenna, that's so true. But yeah, lots of verticality and lots of cramped spaces in this area.
There are also a bunch of, like, microchips and circuit boards and stuff plugged in that if they get hit or damaged, the screen might, have some visual or audio glitches. That's just part of the game.
Yeah, the audio ones are rough too. That's good. Slide off. Gonna taxi these fellows to they're clocking out. They need to get out of here. Can't pay overtime here. No money. So they're fine. Don't worry.
They're fine.
They got to their destination. That's all that matters. Yeah, we're going to be doing the first 4 acts here. Pretty much every Act 2 of every area has like only 2 missions, and very often we don't do one of them because they're kind of slow. We have some freedom of choice in the start, but as long as it's under a minute, we're probably going to be doing it, you know? Alright, helicopter vehicles. So, it does not look intuitive what I'm doing. So right now, holding forward and throttle all the way, and once I get to that angle right there, see the wheels kind of move up and I start moving forward. Generally, I'm going to be trying to get to that angle quickly, and then I can brake to go down, go neutral to go up. It's very not intuitive. Making helicopters not the easiest thing to do in the run. There's a few points where we have to do it. It's a bit of a struggle, but just know that I'm trying to get to that little slightly forward angle there to get to my max speed. It's very strange.
Watching you jump out of a vehicle going max speed never gets old to me.
No consequences. Banjo can't die. Well, I mean, can, but there's not really any consequence to it. That sounds bad, but he's fine.
we're in Logbox Act 3 right now, and that means we're doing another Grunty mission.
Of course. Normally we're supposed to like go around the edges here because she has the advantage of going inside on the water. But we can just like go in the water too. Turn real tight. I'm springing against these little corners here, these elbows, whatever you want to call them. Just to get a little bit of extra boost of speed. It saves like a second throughout the whole race, if you get all of them. Yeah, like mid-18, that's fine. That's the 18.9, that's not mid. Okay. But we got floaters for our trolley, so now we can go on the water without sinking. Great stuff. Yeah, now we're in the longest act of the game, honestly. It's 5 missions, I should know that. Why don't I know that?
It's a lot.
But yeah, they're... a good few of them are in that 30 to 50 second range. Like this one here. One of the faster ones. If you saw for like 2 frames, the vehicle stats page showed up on the right there when I selected it. The speed stat is pretty much maxed, and so is the weight. So I need to press 5 buttons. They get harder and harder to press. I pretty much use all the heavy stuff that I have to be able to do it without having to get out of my vehicle and use like the spare parts that are kind of around the area. So right there, pretty good. I'm gonna shoot these guys. Perfect. And it's a whole thing to control this vehicle. It's chunky. But hopefully we don't slide out here. I'm probably going to anyways. Perfect, perfect. I slide out, but we're good. No problem.
Nice job.
Not a bad time.
I
Alright.
love that you can pick up spare parts around these missions and add them to your vehicle mid-mission. I think that's a really cool idea. But also, yeah, it is slow, so it's nice that you don't have to do it for that one if you have the parts for it.
Yeah. And my notes here say do your best because this is probably the hardest race that I do in the run. So I'm gonna lock in a bit.
Yeah, I'd like to call out here just how impressive the handling on this plane is, and also Pepsi's handling of the plane. You know, with a lot of speedruns, if you've played the game before, you might think like, oh, I wouldn't have known to do that jump, or, you know, whatever. In this game, if you've played Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts and tried to build your own vehicles, it is so hard to make a plane that actually turns well. But this one, it's beautiful. I wish I could have played the game with this.
Yes, okay.
You may... Ooh, 47, good time.
Very nice.
You may notice the plane has both of its wings kind of in the middle, going almost across each other. Basically, that's just to save space so that the wings don't get clipped anywhere. It doesn't really affect the handling to do that.
This vehicle does not control very well. Just how it is. Yeah, here's audio-visual glitches and stuff. Apologies to everyone watching. It just happens. It's rough. These bots are directly ramming the audio and visual chips, so it's understandable, but... Just need to destroy 10 of these smart bots and the mission ends. Very good, that was pretty good. Sub 3, I think? Which is very nice.
Nicely done.
Thank you for the GLHF. Appreciate it. Gonna try to... Try to explain that one. Okay. Just get over here. Someday we'll have like a perfect mission-to-mission movement run. Someday. Look at this sponge drop.
This is yet another vehicle that is made just for this mission.
Just need to soak this in the glubber up here. Pretty much done about 17 seconds in. Very nice. There's one more left here. Yes. apply it to Mumbo here for Log's choice. That's can be a little strange. Okay, good enough. We got there. Gonna use this part that we only see here throughout this run, the liquid squirter. Full of blubber here. We're gonna put out 4 of these fans. There's a cool IL strat where you can put them out to like 99% and then restart the mission and they're still like almost put out. So you can get a really low time, but can't really do that in this run because it would waste time. But you can do it at home. Another helicopter vehicle, so we have to kind of finagle our way around here. Going for
And you got a refill on the glubber there. As I recall, it's actually pretty hard to do this without refilling several times.
Yeah.
But you're managing it quite well.
I just got a 4 squirter, so we'll see. I try to go for 2 to 3s. Oop, I just dropped that. Okay. I might barely have enough for this. This is so close.
Got this.
I'm nervous. Okay, barely. We're good. We're good. A little slow.
Well done.
It's fine. As long as we're done and out of there. Yes, now we come to the... You've seen a little bit of it so far, the Jiggy collection. Gotta find each area's Jiggo Vend and get them back to the main town square. Okay. The cop is, I just saw them in the corner, they're gonna be a problem. They try to stop you from depositing these Jiggies, and they just looked away. Since I have so many in my cart, the handling's awful, and they can often... Okay, that's fine, only one. They can just physics jank them out of my vehicle. Do not see me. You do not see me. They didn't see me. Okay, that one fell out, but it should warp with me. Yeah.
Warped with your wheel. Incredible.
Yeah. It's very nice. It can be like near the pad too, like right there would be fine. And it would still go. Okay. Okay. Oop. Do not press the Y button while you're driving. Kids, don't do that. Grabbing the globe for the next area. Fan favorite area. I was gonna say maybe my favorite area, but like I think they're all good, so I don't have a favorite really. But this one is very, very nice. Has a lot of really fun missions in it. This one is for the millennial dads in the room. Whoa, okay. Okay. We're good.
Good physics.
But yeah, this first mission here, I'm just gonna plant myself for 30 seconds and shoot some monsters. Some bots, so I'm just gonna throw it over to the host.
Well, thank you. Yeah, for anybody who's just joining, I want to remind everyone that we do have a bid war that's opened recently for one of our runs tomorrow. And you can get your donations in to name some cute spirits in Moonstone Island. So if you want to get one of your names in, remember to hit that donation link in chat, donate, and remember to put it towards that incentive and let us know the name you would like in your donation comment. And that lets you double dip and help us hit our $800 milestone for the meme ending of Resident Evil 5 later today.
We're good for the fast cycle. This laser gun is so powerful. Oh.
Oh?
Yeah, we're good.
Did you run out of ammo?
I did, but it didn't matter.
Ooh, that doesn't happen very often.
No.
It's easy to forget about when you're watching the speedrun, but you see in the lower left there's like a fuel gauge, an ammo gauge, depending on what kind of vehicle you have, and yeah, those can run out.
Not on that one usually. Alright. Least favorite mission for me in the run. This is like the only sinker for me in all of Banjo-Land. It's not a fun or consistent mission. Let's see, there we go. Yep. Yep, okay, I'm just gonna let it happen.
This is another Log's Choice one. We do not have a choice in the vehicle to use.
Its arms are not super long, so they don't really help push this thing or keep it in line. There's a bumper in the middle that pushes it out past the arms a little bit. Please. Please, I'm begging you. Okay. Okay. Alright.
That looks pretty good.
As long as we get it up, we're good. I don't want to lose 40 seconds. Okay, it's about 10 seconds slow, but we made it. It didn't reset. I don't care. I do not care.
You got it on the first try, and that's what matters.
Honestly, yeah. Okay. That made a weird sound, but I can't confer to you because you... I'm so sorry. No audio toaster. Alright, this one, another about 50-second long race. Or the longest one we do in the run. I will actually lock in here because this one's very hard. After the first string. I'll explain real quick. I'm gonna look like I'm going pretty slow. But again, we're pretty early in the game, so they do not expect us to have 3 jets. So I have to go fairly slow to not just fly past everything. But still go fast enough where I don't spend like a minute and a half here. Okay. Good
So for anyone who's familiar with the other Banjo games but hasn't played Nuts and Bolts, this area is called Banjo Land, and you may notice, features of it that may ring a bell to you. It's more or less a giant museum constructed in honor of Banjo and Kazooie's adventures in the past. So like that first mission, we were helping out Clanker. We flew past the pyramid from Gobi's Desert, things like that.
Top 50. Love to see it. I don't remember what I put in my notes for that, but I will not do that on stream. If I remember to put... Did I say the lockbox joke in there, Toaster?
You did not.
No, okay. We're good. Never mind then. Alright, again, Act 2 only has 2 missions. We do one of them, because the other one's kind of slow. Oops. Why is it not come out? This is a cool mission. Any number of ways you can do this. You can launch the trash up into there, you can sticky ball it, you can use a tray, fly it up. We're gonna obviously do something really cool, aka kind of cheat. Again, gonna whack it to get the ability to use the wrench. Press the left trigger to flip it, and just do that. Bring the trash can to the trash.
Once again, just love that the developers give you the option to do things like this.
Yeah, there's very little in this game that they're like, you can't do that. Like in a mission, there's almost nothing that like prevents you from doing like the coolest option you can think of, which is what I love most about this game. Right, 2 missions here. This first one is a boat race. The first of only 2 that we do in the run. Pretty fun one, I would say. Shooting for a sub 50, we'll see what happens. And you might have noticed all the vehicles, we have about 32 vehicle blueprints in the run, all named, mostly not my name. Sorry again. Second time. Please, let me talk to you. Okay. It just wouldn't work. And this one here, Psycho Boat. If you know who that is, they made a some popular YouTube videos about this game. They love this game as much as I do. And they kind of are the main progenitor of the speedrun, the modern speedrun of this game. A lot of work writing, a lot of vehicle, like half the vehicles I use are from them. I think more than half actually. That's rough. That's fine. We're so fast that we're pretty much back to top speed anyways. But yeah, big shout outs to them. I did almost no work with the vehicles in this run. I am like a leech in that regard. I see route. I do route. I don't think.
I love how, like, comically fast this boat is. You look ridiculous going through the water.
It is too fast, honestly. 52, that's pretty good. It's about average. Yeah, if you like bump into one little thing in the water, if you're using a boat with jets, it acts like you're skidding on the ground. You just fly around. It's pretty rough. Alright. This one, I have to be careful here. I only need 3 of the 5 cameras to be activated, but if I accidentally, like, if anything touches these camera stands, then they deactivate, and we have to find a new one. And you cannot use that one again. Have to be a little careful here. Oop. Didn't spit enough. This last one in particular, there's an enemy that can blow notes into the camera and break it, so I... Oh, you see that right there? I saw like 2 frames of a note fly by. We're good though. Act 4 now. The next grunty battle. Again, it's a grunty battle.
Level entrance too.
I also left. Really good. We're not doing it as intended. So she has springs. She bounces around and attacks us. Piddles, her cat, has a turret that shoots us. We don't have much weapons in the way of like firepower. We don't have much firepower at all, honestly. We have 1 laser. And we're going to use it. So I'm going to hold X. And it's going to work.
Let's see if you get the strat.
Easy.
And hold X worked once again.
Funny what happens when you build the vehicle exactly how everyone says to. After 4 years of it not working, and it just works every time. Every vehicle location there, or part location, is very important to manipulating her AI.
Yeah, I was surprised when you mentioned to me the other day that it's not just that, like, oh, the laser's in a good position to be pointed at her. Like, if you build that car differently, she will jump in a different direction. It really had to be built that way to hit her exactly as it did.
Acres 5. This is one of the longer acts in this run. Pretty difficult. I've practiced this one a lot because it has a lot of cool missions, but also has a lot of hard missions. So I say hard, it's more so that 2 or 3 of these missions are very inconsistent and can just sometimes swing either way by like 10-15 seconds. Case in point, the first mission here. Patches, good old patches. Shout out to Banjo, whichever game that they're in that I know. I totally know. What are they in? Are they in Tui?
I think Tui, yeah.
Heck yeah. See, I knew. 12 patches we gotta break around here. We only have an egg gun right now, and it auto-aims a bit, but it's not perfect. So I kind of just point and hope at a lot of points here. Looks like we're good. Okay, that almost didn't work somehow. 3 on the right side.
Yeah, this mission is extremely difficult casually.
Back up.
I know when I played the game, it was one of the hardest in the game for me to finish, not just get the Trophy Thomas time. But Pepsi's experience with handling the planes and all that, it's still a difficult mission in the speed run, but Pepsi makes it look a lot easier than it is.
Yeah, he didn't turn too, so I have to like go underneath and shoot it from a weird way. So I have to do this here. Shoot up. Kinda hope. That one is not breaking. This needs to happen soon. Okay. Please, I don't want to lose 90 seconds, please. It's right there. Aim. Okay. That was really bad. But if we get it first try, I don't care how bad it went. I'd rather lose 20 seconds than 90 seconds. Yeah, he just turns in a weird way sometimes. That time they didn't move at all, so I just had to awkwardly adapt. And again, vehicle sharing, because it is faster for menuing, it's just already there by default, and also it works really well for this mission too. I used this vehicle 3 times in this act. It's a lot of mileage here. These guys are really cute too. They have cute little like goggles, little ships. And then we pull them up, then they're sad because they're dead.
We stay on the shore for these last few because the auto-aim ends up getting the ones far away. It's a lot better than trying to go right up to them and then actually needing to precisely point at them.
Alright, egg time toaster ready?
Oh, I'm so ready. You got this?
Nice.
Ah.
Close enough. That's just spite. That's pure spite on my part. Gotta cook this egg. If you've played this game before, seen some time trials, you can build a vehicle that uses a flamethrower that just cooks this egg right away. Beat the mission in a few seconds. But that flamethrower is not fast to get at all, so we're just gonna do it the intended way. Go in the lava, chill in the lava like you do.
I like how you use wings to make a little egg cage.
Yep, it would fly out otherwise. And we do not want that, because it will break and we will fail the mission. I'm gonna hit Klungo here, for sure. Yes! Alright,
Well done.
I at least got that. Again, not required, but it's more a morale thing here. Dr. Loot Crate for the third time. This is one of the big swing missions, so I can, depending on enemy patterns and behavior, I can just lose 20 seconds. Maybe like 10 on average. That guy's keyword.
What is that guy doing?
They were just floating an inch off the ground, so I couldn't hit him until I jumped. Oh,
This is yet another great example of the developers giving you a lot of freedom in how you play the game. There's all these leaky faucets, I guess, with like things you're supposed to plug them with nearby. But if you want to just hit the enemies and use them instead, yeah, they plug the hole, sure.
some of them are more intended than others, like the square ones over here. Clearly they won't work, right? Surely they won't work. But you just do that and they work. Okay, I lost 10 seconds from the dude floating, but we're good. The last mission here. Again, classic family saying, why bring the nuts to the sucker when you can bring the sucker to the nuts? Basically the same mission as that last one in, I think, Act 2, but we just need to fly it up over here. Did that work? That bounced weird, but we're good. I got worried. Just need to get most of these and the mission will auto-end.
You don't want to knock too many of the nuts down, or else there won't be enough for the mission to auto-end.
Of course. And we're done with Act 5. That's pretty good. That was overall not bad. Could have been worse. Penguin, sorry. Okay. Nothing I could do there. Thanks for the good luck. I'm gonna need it later. That was not a joke.
And if I'm not mistaken, we're entering one of your favorite levels.
I would say...
You've definitely...
Yeah.
You've named this one as a favorite, in the past at least.
Yeah, again, I don't dislike any levels in particular. This one, though, has just some of the most fun and creative missions that mostly we don't see, unfortunately, but casually, it's definitely my favorite. Gonna hover up to this great save. This is like a 40-second time save. It's so slow to get this area normally, but we can just cheat. And we're about to halfway through the run.
to cheating.
Yeah, I love cheating. But yeah, we got a 40-second cutscene, so straight to the host.
Oh, why, thank you. One moment. Because I just lost a tab, but we did get a $10 donation that I would love to read.
The drama.
Because we had a $10 donation come in from Audio Ignis that just said, Taylor, quotations, Swift, which I assume was given as one of the names for one of the spirits for Moonstone Island tomorrow. So thank you so much for that donation, and keep the donations coming in and keep naming those spirits.
2 missions here. First one, gotta knock a bunch of statue. Oh, you were lucky. Piglet, I think their name is. I should know that. Oh my god, blanking hard. But yeah, Toaster. Would you mind reading the terms and conditions of this level?
Yes, Pepsi has told me if they don't get under 20 seconds, I have full authority to make fun of Pepsi and Pepsi's entire family. So 20 seconds on this mission, Pep. Can you do it?
Good. That might be it.
Oh,
Oh, might have saved it. Might have saved it.
oh, did Pep save it?
Nope.
Oh,
Oh.
Pep. On 20 seconds. That is not under 20 seconds.
That's so true.
Pepsi,
Uh,
I'm gonna make fun of you and your entire family.
I'll go for it.
Get ready. You were silly? That's it? I hope you're properly dishonored.
Dang.
I'm a little sad, but I'll push through, I guess.
I love this mission, by the way.
Me too.
You go down a big ramp, and you need to just make it as far as you can. But unlike most missions, you know, you're not trying to maximize how far you go, because we're speedrunning. We want it to end quickly. So we want to just barely get the Trophy Thomas time, or score, or whatever, and then stop as soon as we possibly can. Just one of the fun things about speedrunning this game.
Yeah, that's another instance in the next act here. Oh, I did it. Nice. Got that for the first time earlier today. First mission here is a pretty long race, on the cusp of like what we would want, like what we consider for like the route. About 50 seconds. Cool thing is I sped it up by a couple seconds because I remembered that I have an extra jet at this point. I just didn't put it in originally, so for 4 years I've been running without an extra small jet and losing like 4 seconds. So that's cool. We have more fuel on this vehicle than others, but even still, if we make more than like one mistake, we run the risk of running out of fuel, which isn't bad. Oh, you're in the food hole, Mr. Fit. What are you doing? That's rough. After like 5-10 seconds, you will get a small little burst of fuel. Pity burst. Same with ammo if you run out of ammo. But we're going really fast, so like we still like probably like drift into the exit. No problem. That should not have worked, but we're good. 50? Nice, nice, nice.
Well done.
Thank you.
That is a pretty hard race, as I recall.
Yeah. You good? Okay, sweet. This one is one of my favorites in this run. Again, like the dart one we did earlier. We just need to get to a certain distance with this ball for it to the mission to get the trophy. Any extra time beyond that is just wasted. So I'm gonna try to get up here and exit the zone, which locks our controls, and we're gonna drift down and just barely reach the 500 points that we need to get trophy. It's very, very cool. I like learning this run. This was one of the coolest ones. I was like, oh, you can just do this? And it's fast. Last one here, we got a awkward helicopter one. We gotta get 3 of these 8 balls onto the podium here. Pretty... I wouldn't say it's not fun, but it's rough. So I'll do my best. This helicopter is not amazing to control, but it's still faster than any other option that we could take to transport these.
Yeah, Pepsi's not exaggerating about the helicopter movement. It is weird. It's
Turn.
not really something you get completely used to, but sometimes we're stuck with it. Sometimes it just is the best option anyway.
Good. Okay, no weird physics things happened. We love the Havoc physics engine. Okay, sub 40. Not bad. We take that. Oop. Do not want to get mission
And
again.
once again, shoutouts to that sticky ball we picked up earlier. It really is MVP of this run.
It is the GOAT. Like, no, unquestionable. Like, no hesitation. Just like name the best piece of like tool, best body part we can use. It's just the sticky ball, honestly. I mean jets, but whatever. One mission here. Oh, you were so lucky. Amazing dodge, honestly. He didn't even see it coming. Don't know how he did it.
That was all reflexes.
Again, this one, if we could have a way to control it to get just the trophy that, you know, and not waste extra time, that'd be great, but we kind of just have to do our best here and hope that we get the trophy, which we did. Only wasted a couple extra seconds. Some of the falling can be pretty slow and rough, but unfortunately we're done with Gigaseum. So sad. Just not enough faster missions there. Unfortunately.
It is unfortunate. A lot of the cooler missions in the game are in that level.
A little awkward, but should be fine. Only 6 Jiggies right now, so it's okay if they're not in a great position. Ooh. Okay. That was not going fast there. That was very rude. No police, please. No police. Alright. Sir, you did not have to do that. Oh my god. Your hitbox is so large.
Yeah, ideally, the Jiggies, when they are in your car, will kind of
Yo.
bread loaf, as Pepsi usually puts it.
We're just gonna...
But,
we're just
you know,
gonna do
however
this.
they end up, they usually kind of clump together.
They even clump together when you fling them out of your car. Look at that. Beautiful. That happens a lot. You know, it is what it is. Like we're here. What, another cutscene? We'll have to see it. Gonna buy some stuff here from Humba. Haven't seen her for a bit. Gonna buy a large tray that we use later. 2 sets of 2 air cushions that we'll use a few times. Bring those up when they get see some actual use here. Get 6 of these Jiggies to help unlock more areas. Move on to Nutty Acres Act 6. So quite a bit is gonna go down here in Act 6 of Nutty Acres. First thing is one of the alternative, I guess unintended, nice, power methods, propulsion methods, I'll say. You can use springs in a weird setup to like push against your vehicle to fly without fuel. You can use a hyperdrive engine, which I'm about to show off here, with the really nasty Gnorc, the RNG. Shout out to Spyro. We love Spyro.
Spyro Woo.
But yeah, I'm gonna... As soon as I start this mission, it's already gonna be going. It's gonna be... try to tear itself apart. So we use a weird soft connection with tires and tow bars to like have a constant like push and pull that just kind of happens with the jank. I don't want to stop moving. Like right now. So we're just gonna... There we go. Okay. We just kind of let it rip and see what happens. And that was pretty good. It doesn't always work out, honestly. But we only needed the Jiggy there, because I mentioned earlier, every 4 Trophy Thomas trophies, you get 1 Jiggy. But we only need 75 in the run to unlock the last area, and 9 of those we get through the town for free. So it ends up being like we can at this point we can skip 2 trophies. I'm not gonna do the math.
At the start of this mission, you noticed Pepsi took the front tires off of this trailer. Otherwise, it just kind of gets caught on a bunch of things.
Yeah, RTA doesn't save hardly any time, but like on average, it's gonna be much faster. Sorry, I don't want to hit that in. It's so sad.
Bug, oh no.
Bug, yeah, in chat. Yeah, it just makes it more likely for you to like catch some weird terrain and slide out and stuff. So I'm gonna hit Mr. Fit here. I'm gonna juke him on right a little bit. Turn left. Never sees it coming. It's tragic. The last mission here, we're gonna do a boat race. So again, about 30 seconds or so. More. Actually, a lot more. Throw it over to the host.
All right, well, I've got some great news, which is that we just passed $500 total so far, raised for Blue Path Service Dog. So thanks so much to everybody who got their donations in, and thank you to the donation that got us over that $500 mark, which was $17.38 from an anonymous donor that says, "If Banjo explodes, is it Banjo-Kazooie?" Donation goes to naming a spirit Jeff. Just Jeff, like a normal dude's name. Also, now the number is weird. Everyone, fix it. And I agree that the number is weird. Please, somebody donate just a little bit to get that number back on track to being even.
It would be a great honor and help. Okay. Good. Does Banjo explode in this point? I'm trying to think, actually. Oop, I just saved a screenshot. Awesome. I didn't know you could do that. I've never done that before.
If Banjo doesn't explode, surely some of your vehicles do.
Oh, they will. And have. I want to be careful. There's a lot of jiggies. I don't want to have to, like, awkwardly just pick them off the ground. Alright. Doing the last of log box here. We're in kind of cleanup mode before we get to the last area. Just to get a bunch of jiggies so we don't have to go back anywhere else. This is a rough act, I'll say. Lots of longer missions, and some of them are kind of hard, honestly. So we do our best here. This is Log's choice. From here on out, really, all Log's choice vehicles are going to be tampered with in some way. This is a really heavy helicopter vehicle using a jet. And we're just going to wait for him to get out there so we can edit the vehicle. Move the jet and the seat up, attach it from the bottom, and just move like that. I need him to get in, though. He did not get in. Sir? Okay. Gonna take him carefully around to 5 cameras at varying heights. I need to not bonk too hard, or else he'll get scared and fly out, and it's gonna be really, really slow to pick him up, because they'll probably fall like 50 feet, 100 feet, who knows. He'll be fine, but the time will not be fine. Okay. And again, the helicopter angle that I'm looking for is a little different with the jet, single jet, and how it works, but it's generally works the same, so I'm trying to get a little bit forward leaning to be able to start loading at max speed. Okay, this one. Oh man. This mission has some cool tech that I only recently found out about after playing this game for like most of my life. So, see at the end here. I need to get 3 little globes at the other side of this area, bring them back here, put them in the right order, and activate the switch. First, I need to laser the things to break them free. Okay, gotta slide out. That happens, don't worry.
Yeah, getting grip on this spinning disc is iffy.
Probably the worst part of this mission. It's just trying to stay chill and straight like, oh, okay. I didn't do anything there. I held neutral on the stick. I'm gonna get these out of here. Gonna put this in a certain orientation. I'm gonna press left bumper to activate that instead of exiting the edit and attaching it to that thing manually. I didn't know that was a mechanic for 15 years, honestly. But, you know, that's what happens when you watch a random Let's Play at like 2 a.m. like a week ago. I was just like, really? Like, how do they do that?
Sometimes the random Let's Plays are the true originators of speedrun strats. It's great when that happens.
It's true. Half-Life 2? Like, oh my god. Changed the game. Okay. This mission is a little stinky. You have to just sink and then take this Glover, grape flavored by the way. Take notes, it's important. To the very bottom and into the main tank area. We can... Okay, I was talking to Toaster about it. There's a way to like clip this Glover tablet straight through the wall and finish the mission in like 2 seconds. I finally watched a replay again, and oh my god. It is the goofiest thing I've ever seen. You use like a weird like force field like object that gives you extra hitbox. That's the wrong way. And you kind of like slam it through the wall with some bump. It's very inconsistent, and we don't have enough parts to make it work in the first place. If we did, that's a free 40-second time save, but where's the... There we go.
I need to check that out after we finish here. I'm really curious about what that looks like. You've described that to me a few times, and yeah, I'd love to see it.
Yeah. Shout out to the vacuum too, because there's 2 vacuums. Gonna suck up these bugs and then zap them in the bug zapper.
I like the way the bugs just kind of teleport on top of your cart tray.
Yeah, well, they go into the vacuum at the front there, and then they get ejected into the tray. That's how vacuums work, Toaster.
Oh, of course.
Oop, okay. I think I have 9 or 10. We'll see. You don't have to... Okay, well, I guess we're doing that. I'll grab one more here. They don't go too far. Sir?
He's running for it.
Oh yeah, it's not... Why did it... It's not going through. I am one short. That's good. Good to know. They... Okay. I'll just go get them. They're right here. Okay, that's not a good time, but we're done with it at least.
It's worth mentioning also, the Trophy Thomas times are usually, like, they're not easy to hit, but some of these vehicle setups we have, like, you can see how much can still go wrong, and you still end up with a ton of leeway on that.
Yeah, this run's been going, like, really well overall, but, like, a couple mentions here and there, you can see the jank kind of shine through. That one was not, that was just me. That was my bad, that one. I didn't get enough thingies. Alright. Band these up here. And we are... Okay, we're not... We have one more thing before the final area. Back to Banjo Land. For probably my favorite act in the run. Or at least one of them.
Yeah, this is a good one.
Only 3 missions, but they're all bangers. Alright, Toaster. One try here.
Yep. You got this.
Nope, not even close.
Almost.
You can get all the way to that island. Somehow. Literally never done it. I think most of the time you end up...
Something about the spring interacting with the tree can just send you flying.
Yeah, it really depends how you hit it. It's really, really particular with the geometry there. But, check my notes. It's time to... We're done with cheating. We're past that. We don't like to cheat anymore, at least. So, Boggy wants a new house. His wife does. He's whatever. So we're gonna tear down the igloo, and so we can start fresh. And this vehicle, you might think like this doesn't look like the best vehicle for the job, but it is. Here we go. We did it. Moving
What
on.
is that exactly? Is that just like a broken event trigger where you activate the camera, and because that was used in another mission, the game says, oh yeah, I guess you won.
Your guess is as good as mine. Doesn't work like that in like any other like area or act. Like it just works, and we don't question it. I'm gonna cheat
So
here.
strange.
Very good. That's 4. Wow, it's sub 15. That's amazing. All right. Normally, you're supposed to like blast him into the cactus 3 times, and he flies back all the way away from the cactus after each hit. Takes about 40-50 seconds overall, but we can just, you know, do what we do. Sticky ball to the rescue again. Right, this one, instructions in the name. Post sheep, please. Go on, please, post sheep.
Shoutouts to sheep. Sheep are great. Sheep are good.
Shoutouts to the Mareep Bo Peep. Earth legend.
So this is normally like a golf level where you're supposed to run into the sheep ball and it'll go into this golf ball type cam.
Yes. As you're seeing
But
right
because
now.
we have these bumpers, we can just kind of push the ball along without, you know, getting hits necessarily.
Yeah, sometimes we get a little janky hit from it, but like that. But it's fine. I just need to turn here. Okay, I need to be careful actually.
We're not really that worried about, you know, finishing in a certain number of quote-unquote swings under par. It's more just that golf ball cam, it's really slow.
Yeah. Alright. Just some, actually, before I throw it to the... Actually, no, I'll throw it to the host for the next little bit here, before things happen.
Can do. This is a reminder to everyone that when you donate right now, you are kind of triple dipping in a way, especially if you donate towards that Moonstone Island bid war to get your spirit names in, because it also gets us closer to hitting our $800 milestone we're working on tonight, and we are less than $300 away from that. And also, all of your donations do enter you into a sweepstakes that we're running. When you donate, you'll be automatically entered into a sweepstakes to win a Steam key for one of the games featured this week. We have a couple of Steam keys available, including Ricky and Vicky, which we saw earlier today, and UFO 50, which we'll be seeing, I believe, tomorrow, first thing when we start up. So remember, those will help us hit our milestones, but you'll also be entered into that sweepstakes. So donate, and you'll get a chance to win one of those lovely Steam keys that we've got.
So sorry, I did not do that right now. That's my bad. Alright, so I'm gonna hover with this globe again to skip a scuba seat requirement, and also it's really slow. Oh, that's not good. Okay, I need to...
Oh, yeah, you can see here
Please.
how the police can cause troubles in this run. They haven't really been a problem up to this point, but
No, they've been fine.
they can really be in the way.
They can tap your tray if you have jigs in it, and the jiggies will just decide to explode in a beautiful fireworks display. Not fun, but it is cool. It's really slow. Alright, final area here, Terrarium of Terror. If you played this game before, you might see that I'm doing this mission and think, why are they doing this mission? This is like a minute and 20 seconds of really awkward maneuvering. Well, I have some good news for you. If you've been noticing the theme in this run. Alright, I'm gonna do this one try.
You got this.
That's not good. Okay.
Oh,
One more try. There's a cool thing that can happen here, and if I miss it, I can do a quick backup. There's like 3 main ways to do this: the slow way, the pretty fast way, and the super fast way. That's close. I don't think I'll make it. Oh,
oh,
Let's go.
beautiful.
all right. Love to see it. Imagine driving awkwardly up that whole level for like 80 seconds. So even with that reset too, in-game time-wise, that beat like the pretty fast method by a couple seconds still. With both those attempts combined. I've not been getting that strat at all the past couple days. We love to see it.
I want to keep harping on this, but I just love the choice that they made to let you edit your vehicle during a mission. You know, my first experience with this game, I think, was probably similar to a lot of people's. They heard about it from some angry online video game reviewers saying, this is not a platformer, this is not Banjo-Kazooie. But this game is so fun and so well made. They really give you so much freedom of creativity. I love this game.
Yeah, I would be hard-pressed to find any other game that I can think of that I would enjoy more than this one. I think I can comfortably say this is like my top game of all time. But, you know. Of course, I didn't play Banjo-Kazooie when it came out, so it didn't ruin my childhood. Whatever. You know how it is. I get it. Okay. Oh, yeah. Right. Last use of those, sign up one. Those, air cushions here. Just slide down as the mission starts. Yeah, on that note, too, also, shoutouts to Xando Toaster. You may be familiar with their work. Fostering a very good community of people who like games and aren't mean about it. I only sometimes judge people when they bring up Monster House. Even then.
I think I trash talk Monster House more than anybody, but I still love the game.
Yeah, if you have an Xbox, and like Game Pass especially, you owe it to yourself to at least try this out. There's nothing that really comes close to this game I can honestly think of. Also, you can... Oh, they did not appear. That was weird. Anyways, good mission. Good one-use vehicle.
How many vehicles do you have that are only used once?
Oh, I was anticipating that being asked, and I was gonna look it up. But, you know...
I mean, it's gotta be at least like 20, right?
Yeah, out of 32, I would say... definitely more than half. Like, a little more than half. There's a lot of them that are only used, like, twice. Very few of them are used more than twice. Just need to be careful here. Okay, that's not gonna work. This thing needs to...
It does make sense that a lot would be used twice, because it's fast to use them. Like, if you use it once, it's fast to use it again.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because you have to... one more vehicle to make menuing longer overall throughout the run. Doesn't seem like it would amount to a huge amount of time, you know? But it does. Right. This taxi, we have more vehicle parts now, but even still we need to add an extra couch because 3 of these characters are like the bigger types. So by default we don't have enough parts to make this work. But it's pretty quick to attach that, so it's fine. So hopefully I don't... Ooh. We're good. Backing up, we're good. If they get too scared, if you hit something too hard, they all just jump out. Which, you know, Like this here, sometimes they can fly out. They did not. Thank you. Random floating enemies, you can hit them, they can all fly out and you lose like 15 seconds. Not good, so that's pretty good. We're chilling here. We're not doing too bad. Nice. And we're done with Act 2. Act 3, the last act before we get to the final area. Spiral Mountain. Spoilers, sorry. Heck yeah, we love nuts and bolts and joys here. So the two missions I'm doing are like complete opposite ends of the map. You might think like, why is it just, it's like 30 seconds. Isn't that like slow overall? But just hold those horses and you will see what we do. I gotta transfer this alien fella back to their family underwater at the very bottom. Using this vehicle again to just kind of cradle it inside there so it doesn't fly out, because we're gonna be flying weird. Like with the magnet of the tray plus blocks, it will be just fine. Okay. And again, underwater movement was not really much of a focus in this game, you can probably tell. Water, surface, air, land. Really fun. Underwater. Interesting. Ooh, okay. Yep. We're good. Perfect. Careful not to drown. If I drown,
Nicely done.
I have to restart the mission. So I'm gonna walk and change to this vehicle here. And what does that do? I down warp to the bottom of the level. Couldn't tell you why exactly that works, but with that specific vehicle, it just sends us straight down because it's like there's no room. That's a good 30-second time save. Helps out the ride a lot. Get 4 of these thingies into the receptacle here. And we're on to the last area. So, time for the most... Besides the final boss, this is the most stressful part of the run. Because you're at the end, if you're on good pace, you're like, okay, I just have to clutch up on the final area. But then you're like, oh no, I have to get all these jiggies back. And oh, that's bad. Okay. And there's a
8 is a lot to carry at once.
There's a grenade gun cop waiting at the warp point that I'm trying to get to. So we'll see how this goes. On my way. Ooh, that was so lucky. Nice. Yes, okay. We're good. Love to see it. Okay. That grenade gun cop can send your jiggies in a beautiful explosion of sadness and time loss. And they
I've
can
seen
do
it happen. It is beautiful.
Yeah, they could do it while you're like in the warp transition animation, and they can like as you're warping and your vehicle like shrinks down, you know, they can still like get shot and explode all around. It's bad. It's rough. Okay. Toaster or someone, may I get a RTA check for the moment?
You are at 1 hour, 32 minutes, and well, about 1 hour, 33 minutes.
Okay, sweet. No worries then. Okay. So yeah, we're on the last area. We're just thinking about a certain point here. But we're in Spiral Mountain. We're at the end. There's Grunty over there, but we cannot fight her yet. We have to do a challenge, a final challenge, before we are able to be graced by Grunty. This is a 6-parter. We use a vehicle. It's like a jack of all trades, master of none. Kind of poopy at some. I'll explain that part when we get there, but it needs to do like 6 different things roughly. Pretty well. I like 4 things. First off, King of the Hill. This is a multiplayer thing they kind of just threw in here. Easy. And it's quiz time. Alright. I'm going to donate $10 flat, plus 5 for any answer I get wrong. the daily vlog. Great name. Green second. And I'm gonna match this one. If I get it wrong, it still counts towards the 5. Oh no. So that's 1. Mark it down. But yeah, every question you get right, you get 5 seconds removed from your in-game time, which is very good for a run that goes off of in-game time, as you might imagine. So knowing these questions is pretty important, but sometimes you go for like 2 months without getting a certain question, and you just forget. So we'll see if my expert Banjo series knowledge comes into play here. I've definitely played like a third of Banjo-Kazooie. Tui. Okay. Minji Jung. Oh, what a lad. Yep. Okay. Look at me with my knowledge here. Good. I got that one wrong. Musgrab would not let me live it down.
Shoutouts to Musgrab, our good friend.
Yeah, so you get through the
Yeah,
middle
you
mission
can see.
too. Oh, you got
This
it.
is just an entire gauntlet Pepsi's going through. So many different kinds of things you need to do.
Yeah. Only have a couple shots here to work with. There we go. Power room. Let's go. But yeah, for the next, like, couple segments here, I'm gonna throw it over to the host probably for the last time before the end here.
All right. Well, I'll make it count. Oh, it looks like we got another $10 donation in that I can't see yet, so I can't read it quite yet. But thank you so much to whoever donated. And it was an anonymous donor for $10 with no comment. So thank you so much for that donation. That got us $10 closer to that $800 milestone that we are still trying to hit for the Resident Evil 5 meme ending. So keep getting those donations in during the end of this run and as we transition into that Resident Evil run coming up next.
Okay, here's the kind of poopy at some part for that I talked about at the start of the mission. The handling on this thing is not amazing, but it works well enough. We have to navigate through this really tight, densely packed checkpoint race as best as I can without... Because I don't want to miss one, because this vehicle's not the fastest to get up to speed, so it's quite a bit of time lost to have to accelerate again. Cards. Come on. Hold the sport. Some of these questions I know the answer of by just looking at what the answers are. Some of them are have similar questions, so I need to take a second to be like super sure. Ooh, yes. Got that one wrong last week. Never again. Down to 10 seconds. It's pretty good. This is the most Jeopardy one here. These honeycombs can fall out and fly off, and it's really awful. But these guys can also kill me, which makes me restart the mission. I'm gonna be safe here. That went very well. They could have knocked them out in whatever way they wanted to.
You had another guy just kind of floating in the air there.
That one does that a lot, actually. I don't know if that's on purpose, but it happens a lot. Okay. Almost blanked on that one. Fruit juice. Shout out to Klungo. I've been bullying him a lot, but they do their best. We appreciate their efforts here in this game.
Shoutouts to the video game that Klungo makes in this game. We don't see it in this route, but it's something.
Okay. I almost asked for help, but that would have been immoral. Okay. So that's only 15 for me. I'll add an extra 10 because I should. One wrong. And we are done now. So I'll get the shoutouts real quick out of the way before we get into the final lock-in portion. Again, shoutouts to Psycho and the current record holder for just absolutely setting the standard for this run and getting everything really easily laid out and accessible. I did almost no work. I just hit the buttons. Yeah, this game sounds like awesome. So Grunty has us outmatched here in these 5 battles here, these 5 phases. But we have the psychological advantage of her not expecting us probably to just drown her 5 times in a row. And this is not easy, but it's definitely the fastest way to do this.
We have been calling the Sticky Ball the MVP of this run the whole time. Seriously, this is the part where it maybe matters the most.
But yeah, time is coming up soon here. After the 5th phase, I have to clear the results screen and I'll yell time. But yeah, so just get ready. But yes, like, when I first saw this, I was like, that's amazing. And then I first started to learn it and I was like, oh no, it's kind of hard. But then we had a reroute, or a redesign of this vehicle like a year and a half ago. That makes it so much more consistent and easy. Whoa.
Ooh.
Oh, she went up. That's fine.
Physics, just doing a little bit of physics there.
She's all the way back there. She's on a grunt bot. Queen. Queen, please. Ma'am. Oh. How does she...
Oh?
I don't know how that happened. I'm not complaining. That's amazing. Alright. Last phase here. The hardest one. Okay, I think I got it. Just yes. Okay. Need to be very careful here and slowly throttle my reverse speed so she stays underwater for long enough. And coming up on time. Time.
GG.
Okay. First try fight, that's fine. It's generally the hardest part of the run at the end. I hate to see it, but it's still hype. I'm gonna wait for the save here. Gonna quit out and re-enter to check out the in-game time just to see. That wasn't a PB. I don't think that was a PB. I'm gonna say. I feel that was a good run though.
Pretty good run.
No complaints here. But yeah, last second shoutouts before I get going. Shoutouts to Wolford's Multithon, happened by 3. Me and Toaster ran N++ co-op in the first one. That was awesome. That was a great experience here. And shoutouts to this. Why is it taking so long?
I was gonna say, this is a long time on the opening menu.
Just gonna open Risk of Rain 2. Well, you know, game's not loading. Oh no. I went too fast. Oh, there we go. That's actually incredible. And it's gonna... Well, I guess we'll never know what the in-game time was.
IGT of 0.0 seconds. Well done. Unbeatable record.
It's actually kind of incredible. But yeah, I'm not going to take too much more of your time. I will get going. Thank you, Toaster, for helping out. And thank you, Multithon, for hosting a great fun. Super excited for the next couple days. I'm so happy. So hype. But have a good night, everyone. For some reason, it took too long to start. I went too fast.